If we're being real, most men don't truly understand how female attraction works. They assume that buying flowers, sending good morning messages, and giving a woman endless attention is what will make her fall for them. But in reality, that's often the quickest way to make her lose interest. It's a harsh truth. Women don't usually become obsessed with men who are completely easy to figure out. They become obsessed with men who understand the psychology of attraction. And this is where things get controversial. Attraction isn't about being the nicest guy in the room. It's about creating certain emotional and psychological reactions that make you memorable. Call it manipulation if you want, but the reality is women do the same thing to men all the time, whether they openly admit it or not. The difference is that most men don't even notice it's happening. The women who stay on your mind day and night have mastered subtle psychological triggers. They know how to make you pursue them, how to occupy space in your mind, and how to keep you emotionally invested. The good news is those exact same principles can work the other way around, and that's exactly what you're going to learn today. This isn't about tricks or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about understanding the deeper patterns of female psychology, what sparks attraction, what creates emotional investment, and what keeps a woman thinking about you even when you're nowhere around. If you're expecting the typical just be yourself advice, this video isn't for you. This is about developing a mindset that naturally attracts women without chasing them, begging for attention, or constantly trying to prove your worth. So if you've ever wondered why some men seem to effortlessly keep women hooked, you're about to discover exactly how they do it, step by step. 1. Stop being overly available. One of the fastest ways to destroy a woman's attraction is by making yourself available all the time. If you answer every call on the first ring, reply to every text immediately, and cancel your own plans just to see her, you're basically communicating, "My entire world revolves around you." And nothing kills desire faster than a man who appears to have nothing else happening in his life. Here's the reality many men don't want to accept. Women are attracted to men whose time feels valuable. If she feels like she can access you whenever she wants, there's no anticipation, no urgency, and no mystery. Think about it this way. If your favorite food was available in unlimited quantities every hour of every day, eventually it would lose its appeal. Scarcity increases value. When you're too available, you also eliminate the challenge. And women, whether they'll admit it or not, enjoy the excitement of earning attention. They don't necessarily want it handed to them without effort. The more she has to work for your time, the more she tends to respect it, and the more she'll think about you when you're not around. This doesn't mean you should ignore her or play immature games. It simply means having your own life. Friends, goals, hobbies, ambitions, and responsibilities that sometimes take priority. It means not allowing her to automatically assume she's your top priority before she's actually earned that position. Imagine a man meets a woman he really likes. On Wednesday, she texts asking if he's free that evening. Instead of dropping everything, he responds, "Can't tonight. I've already got plans. What about Friday?" What just happened? First, he demonstrated that he has his own life. Second, he subtly created anticipation. Now she's looking forward to Friday, thinking about it, and placing more value on that time together. The secret is balance. Be fully present when you're with her, but don't always be instantly available whenever she wants. Attraction often grows in the space where she has the opportunity to miss you. 2. Trigger her fear of losing you. If a woman feels like she has you completely locked down and there's zero possibility of losing you, she may start taking you for granted. That's just human nature. When people believe something is permanent and guaranteed, they naturally stop putting in the same level of effort. The uncomfortable truth is that attraction exists somewhere between certainty and uncertainty. She should feel secure with you, yes, but she should also understand that if she stops contributing value to the relationship, she could lose it. Most men make the opposite mistake. They try so hard to prove their loyalty that they remove every element of risk. They constantly reassure her, "I'll never leave no matter what." In doing so, they unknowingly destroy part of what keeps attraction alive. They're not creating security, they're becoming predictable. Triggering her fear of losing you doesn't mean playing cruel mind games or threatening to leave whenever there's conflict. It means having standards for yourself. It means understanding your value and showing through your actions that you won't tolerate disrespect, neglect, or being treated as an option. You do this by maintaining independence, enforcing boundaries, and refusing to accept poor treatment. When she realizes that you're willing to walk away from a one-sided relationship, something changes psychologically. She starts investing more effort rather than less. Why? Because she recognizes she's dealing with a man who respects himself and has choices. For example, imagine you've been dating a woman for a few months, and she begins canceling plans repeatedly to spend time with friends. Instead of becoming needy or begging for attention, you calmly say, "If you're too busy, that's okay, but I'm not interested in a relationship where I'm never a priority." Then you continue living your life. Suddenly, she realizes losing you is a possibility, and that realization often motivates her to put more effort back into the relationship. The bottom line is simple. Attraction doesn't thrive in complete certainty. It thrives when she knows she could lose something valuable if she stops appreciating it. 3. Control the pace, not her. One of the biggest dating mistakes men make is allowing the woman to completely dictate the pace of the relationship. You meet her, you're interested, and before long, you're moving entirely according to her schedule. You text when she wants, meet up when she's available, rearrange your life around hers, and commit before you've truly evaluated who she is. When you do this, you're giving away control without realizing it. You're essentially saying, "I'm just happy to be here, so I'll follow wherever you lead." But women are generally more attracted to men who set the tone, men who decide how quickly things progress and aren't rushing to lock everything down immediately. Think about how often you've seen a guy move too fast. He overwhelms her with attention, starts talking about the future after only a few dates, and suddenly she loses interest. It isn't because he wasn't nice enough, it's because he removed the curiosity. He eliminated the anticipation. She never got the opportunity to wonder about him or earn deeper levels of commitment because he gave everything away too soon. Controlling the pace means being intentional. You decide when things become more serious. You decide how much time you spend together. You decide when she gains access to deeper parts of your life. That doesn't mean being cold or rigid. It simply means making sure the relationship develops at a pace that keeps attraction alive, rather than smothering it. When you're the one setting the pace, you allow her time to miss you, think about you, and become excited about what's next. You also remain in a position of strength because you're evaluating her just as much as she's evaluating you. Many men believe moving faster will make a woman fall in love more quickly. Often, the opposite is true. Slowing things down encourages her to invest more. You're not pulling away, you're leading, and women naturally respect men who lead. 5. Make her seek your validation. Far too many men get this completely backwards. Instead of allowing a woman to earn their approval, they spend the entire relationship trying to earn hers. Everything becomes about impressing her. Expensive dinners, nonstop compliments, favors, and endless efforts to prove their worth. But here's the truth. The moment you begin chasing her validation instead of allowing her to seek yours, you've already lost leverage. Men need to understand something important. Your value is not determined by her opinion. Your value already exists. She either recognizes it or she doesn't. The moment you put her on a pedestal and make her the prize, you remove one of the key ingredients of attraction, the idea that you're someone worth winning over. You've seen it happen. A man bends over backwards for a woman who contributes very little effort. He tells himself, "If I do enough, she'll choose me." But that's rarely how attraction works. When she senses desperation for approval, it sends a message that you're not accustomed to being valued, and that means she doesn't have to work very hard to keep your attention. Flip the dynamic. Stop being the man constantly trying to prove himself and become the man who expects women to prove themselves to you. That means not freely giving your time, attention, and emotional energy to every attractive woman you meet. She should earn those things through consistency, respect, and the way she treats you. This isn't arrogance, it's standards, and standards are attractive. When she realizes you're not automatically impressed by beauty alone, she'll work harder to demonstrate that she offers more than appearance. That's when she begins seeking your validation, and that's when the entire dynamic changes. Stop being the person searching for approval. Become the person giving it. That's how you keep her interested. 6. Always remain a mystery. The moment a woman feels she has completely figured you out, some of the excitement starts disappearing. Human beings are naturally intrigued by things they can't fully predict, and women are no exception. The men who keep women fascinated for years aren't always the wealthiest or most attractive. They're often the men who maintain a sense of mystery and unpredictability. Many men destroy that mystery too early by revealing every detail about themselves, their history, their emotions, and every plan they have for the future. They think total transparency creates connection, but often it removes curiosity. If she already knows exactly where you are, what you're doing, and what you're going to say before you say it, what is left for her to discover? Mystery isn't about hiding things or being dishonest. It's about having depth. It's about allowing her to discover you gradually instead of unloading your entire life story during the first few weeks. It's about saving certain layers for later, so she's always excited to learn something new. Curiosity creates